feeling optimistic today and hoping that if I leave the house early enough, which I did, it's about 5:50, that maybe I'll get a sunrise comparable or better than yesterday up in the same place. And maybe it's a fool's errand to go to the same place and expect the same thing. Yesterday was just so remarkable, I thought, what if I could get it again? And then I think I'm gonna go to the ocean and fly the drone and try and get some early morning light shots. Really just for drone practice. But I'm glad I wasn't there with her yesterday, because even in the absence of me, she was impersonal. She didn't let me know when she got there. She didn't let me know when she left. The only text she really sent was one that said she thought my hexagon paintings were distracting and we should take them down because they don't go with the place. No pleasantries such as, the place looks nice, you've done a good job, like none of it. And I guess it shows me that a lot of that is put on. You know, she can turn it on and turn it off at will. If she likes me, boom, she can lay the compliments on. And if she doesn't like me as now, nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's probably good that she doesn't continually butter me up and make me all warm and fuzzy, but in the short term, like, it's rude. I've done a lot of work to make the house look good and stage it and stuff, and all she can do is tell me, like, the artworks I've made are distracting. Thanks. Same place as yesterday, same timing. An absolutely different feeling, and I think there's some kind of metaphor there. Oh my God, it is extraordinary. It is so beautiful. It's behind a cloud cover. Oh, it's so... Hold on, I need to take a couple more pictures. All right, I'm running a quick little time lapse, but I'm doing 5-second intervals and they're too slow. But wow, what an unexpectedly gorgeous sunrise. Whew, and the sky's getting interesting too. I'm gonna hang out here for a little while, maybe get some more pictures, but yeah, I'll be sure to show you what I got because I'm really, really excited. I like getting to the barn early. It has a particular smell. It almost smells a little like wood smoke. It reminds me of when I used to go camping. Like, it reminds me of Boy Scouts and camping in the wilderness. It's humid today and they're watering the turnouts. But yeah, it just smells sort of lush and it's good. It's very, very peaceful. I'm gonna try and put the drone up from here just to see if the sun has started lighting up. Yeah, it's lighting up little bits and pieces, so I'm gonna try and get a quick flight. No one's here at the barn, so I'm not gonna distract anybody. What I did notice is his 2 horses arrived yesterday, so he definitely has horses here at the barn now. Super, super. She won't tell me what's going on. He has horses here. Why doesn't any of this feel like they're planning on moving away anytime soon? So I got up and out early, I shot the sunrise and it was awesome. It was really fantastic. I got to the barn and it was early and nobody was here and it was cool and it was nice. Yeah. And as I walked through the barn, I saw that his horses are here. Yay, I guess they got here yesterday. And then I was working on sunrise pictures, which were beautiful. I did a Starbucks run and when I got back, he's here. And I was walking through the barn aisle with my Starbucks and he stopped me to say that, you know, he'd try and stay out of my way. And I was like, oh, it's really a noble thing. So I asked him if they were moving north. I came walking through the barn and he was standing in the barn aisle because, you know, that's what he does. And he tried to do the gracious thing. I mean, I get the move. He's right down there. It's a weird, like, I've got this weird sort of vibration right now. But anyway, you know, what he tried to do was be gracious and say, you know, I'll try and stay out of your way. So I said, thank you. And then I asked if they're still moving north. And he said, I'm not gonna answer any personal questions, which is the same exact wording that she uses, which means they have like an agreed upon thing that they'll say to me when they see me. Then I said, it's not you know, I just want to know if he'll be leaving here. And he said, I'm not going to discuss that. It's my business. And I said, yeah, and being here is my business. It was a play on words. I mean, his business is horses and my being here is my business, but not my business, you know, not money business. But anyway, and then I said something curt and walked away because I'm done being nice. I mean, he is the guy that, knowing I was married, cheated with a married woman who was one of his clients. She was married to me, who he knows. And now he's trying to keep it civil. Keep it calm. No. So later I walked by and I asked him, he was in the cross ties, which is kind of fun because it's sort of a captive audience. I asked why they hadn't let me know that he was coming back here. I mean, I think that's a relevant question. Knowing that I'm here, why wouldn't somebody be like, hey, just so you know? And he told me he's not going to discuss business here. And I thought it was disrespectful. And then he said something, and I looked at him and I said, oh, you're scared of her. And then I got a little closer and I said, do you get her? Like, do you understand her? And then I mentioned the whole idealize, devalue, discard thing. I said, look it up, it's a really interesting read. And I said, you're in the idealized stage right now, and it's intoxicating, I know, because I was there. But give it a read, it's a really fascinating read. Yeah, I think it's making him a little uncomfortable that I'm here. And he said something to the effect of, like, we're not gonna do this here. And I said, we are. Even if it's one-sided. Tomorrow's my anniversary. And that guy is living with my wife. That guy cheated with a married woman. My wife. He knows me.
I'll let you know. Thank you.
Why would I be at all courteous? I won't be. I've got 5 months of anger and frustration that I can now take out however I want. There's been no courtesy, no respect. No. I'm done being nice. So here's a fun development. I'm sitting here about to shoot some people jumping in the arena, and one of the barn owners comes over in very polite language, but long story short, her boyfriend told on me. He went to the owners and said he just wants to be here and, take care of his horses, and any interaction with me makes him very uncomfortable. Yeah. He told on me. Little bitch. Maybe I hit a little heavy today, but yeah. As you're aware, he was here this morning and stopped me in the barn aisle and tried to make peace, let bygones be bygones. We can work alongside, he'll try and stay out of my way, just wants to be here with the horses. And my attitude is, no, bygones are not bygones. Like, why are you here? You could have gone anywhere else. Why are you here where you know I am? So there was that, which he couldn't answer. When I asked about them moving north, he wouldn't answer any personal questions, using the same exact language that she uses. When I asked why they never told me that he was coming in, why neither of them ever told me he was coming, he couldn't really answer that question and said he didn't want to discuss that kind of stuff here or whatever. It was a really, just BS answer. It indicated that he just wants to run his business. Basically, he doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want me talking to him. And I think it's really curious that he can operate under the expectation that he's just gonna stick himself back in my face in the place where I've been, where they both know that I've been. A place that's my safe place, my happy place. And there's no secret there. That he can just inject himself into that and then set the rules. And then the funniest part to me is that he told on me. He tattled. He's like a 10-year-old. He went to the guy that owns the barn and said that my talking to him makes him uncomfortable. He just wants to take care of his horses, and I'm making him uncomfortable. On day one of his being there, he told on me. This is the guy she left me for. What I feel right now, I'm incredulous at the fact that he told on me. I'm also a little embarrassed to have been told on. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. And then in the midst of all that, she texted me saying, I know tomorrow's gonna be a very hard day. I hope you're okay. And it caught me unaware, so I wrote back, what's tomorrow? And then I was like our anniversary is tomorrow, and I've been very aware of that. But then my text back, I look like some doofy guy where I'm like, what's tomorrow? Like, I know our anniversary is tomorrow. I've been thinking about it for months. I resent having him be in my face and trying to control everything. Oh man, so I'm really conflicted about how I feel. What happened at the barn today, I think was fine. I mean, not all of it was fine, and let me clarify. Me telling him bygones are not bygones is fine. Asking him when they're leaving is fine, because that has to do with them at the barn. Me asking him why he never told me he was coming there, totally fine. Like, that was just disrespectful. Me telling him that he's scared of her, I don't really think that's that objectionable. And me telling him that he's being love bombed, questionable, but true. But here's what's happened. He comes back to the barn today, and on day one, he tries to control the situation and tell me, oh, you know, he'll stay out of my way, it's gonna be amicable. And I don't take what he has to offer. I'm not like, yeah, okay, that'll be great, because I don't feel great about him. I think he's a piece of shit. He knew me, and he cheated with my wife when he knew me. Who the fuck does that? So we have that. And then some of the things I said to him today, he went and told, because he's a little bitch. Because he can't deal with the repercussions of what he's done. So he's brought his business to where I am and then doesn't like the fact that I don't like it. What is that? Like, and I get the economics of it, and that's what sucks. A barn is a business. A barn has to run. Me going there, I don't offer very much. I pay for lessons once or twice a week. That doesn't mean a whole lot in terms of capital. Him coming in represents, well, he has the 2 horses he just brought, so those represent probably about $800 each per month. I think that's how much it is. And then he's bringing clients back, so one of them will bring 3 horses, so that's, you know, $2,400, and another one will bring another horse, so that's, you know, another $800. So I get it. That represents money into the barn. The flip side of it is, when he left last November, he took all those clients and more with him, one of whom was my wife. So he took all that money away from the barn. It was just like, bye, because he went after an opportunity to be at a better barn. And, you know, he's an opportunist, so he went after it. And nobody was happy about that. I think it illustrates the power of money. He did something pretty uncool to the business by up and leaving. But since there was space at the barn, they had to be like, hey, yeah, welcome back. Like, you prodigal son. Oh, you went away, but you can do no wrong, so come back and bring your money. I understand. But, so I had to talk with the owner today, and it was very civil, and we reached an understanding, and I thought it was very gentlemanly, fine. And then this evening, I get a text from him that's very, very curt and very, very legal sounding. And it's directed at me. So it's like, basically like, hi Ken, you know, the barn is a professional place and it's a happy place and it needs to stay that way. There will be no, you know, no snide comments or no, you know, confrontation. It's not a place to solve personal business. Fine, like, I get all that. But then it told me I am not to talk to him or to my wife or to any of his clients, or touch any of their horses. And if the staff sees me do that, I will be removed from the barn. And that's where it feels like I kind of got kicked in the chest. It's like, oh, Ken, we love you. You're such a great part of the barn. We love having you here. You're awesome. You're great, blah, 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 blah. But if you fuck up, if you do anything to hurt his delicate sensibilities, you're out, you fucking loser. Because you don't represent money. So I called the guy that sent the text because I wanted to clarify. Because I am friends with his clients. The people who have been kind to me and, you know, who I've talked to and made me feel loved and who I've stayed late at the barn talking to, those are his clients. So I called this guy up and I was like, they're my friends. I said, I pet her horses all the time. She's my friend. She's my confidant. Like, we are close. I said, so I just want to clarify that I'm not going to get kicked out of the barn for doing what I've always done. He kind of made affirmative sounds without actually saying anything affirmative. So basically it's like, yeah, that should be fine. Just don't do anything that gives him, my wife's boyfriend, a reason to basically to tell on me again. That's where I feel like, oh, I'm only pretending. You know, I don't actually belong at the barn. You know, you have to have money to be at the barn. I take lessons and I hang out there. But I'm not real. You know, I'm a teacher. I'm never gonna own a horse. I'm a fraud. It's really bright, but I feel like I should look at you. I'm a fraud. I dream of owning a horse and I love to ride, but I have no money because I teach high school. I used to be part of a family that had a horse. And I think I got a little bit lulled into thinking that I could do this, that this could be my life. And I think it was a really harsh reality check today of, hey Ken, you don't have any money. So if you're a dick, we're gonna kick you out because he represents money. You know, and of course he said things like, we love having you here, you're a great addition to the barn, blah, 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 blah. But don't make the sensitive dressage boy uncomfortable because we'll kick your ass out. And if your wife's here, don't talk to her. Right, my wife who used to be there with me when we had a horse there. And I'm trying to put my finger on what that feeling is. I think it's embarrassment. You know, I found a place that's meaningful to me and people that are meaningful to me. And maybe it's a life I wish I could have, but I can't. I don't know. I don't know what it all means yet. Being talked to like that, being told that is uncomfortable. You know, it's a reminder of horses are for people with money. And regardless of my level of interest and dedication and passion and everything else, if I don't have money, I can't do it. That sucks. After everything that came to pass today, I got a text from my wife, and it read, I've been trying my best to be kind and collaborative during this whole process, and I truly wanted us to walk away as friends who always care about one another. I am beyond hurt and devastated to hear about the things you said about me today and your vindictive actions against me. I'm sorry that you don't want to be my friend. I think you should leave me alone unless it's about Winnie, the condo, personal property decisions, or mediation documents. Thank you. Here's my feelings on that. That is what it has been. We're not friends. We don't reminisce. We don't talk about things. I do leave her alone all of the time because she broke up with me. We're getting divorced. It's kind of weird that she said that. So I should have left it well enough and I should have left it alone, I guess. But it just kind of lit me up and I thought, no, I have something to say. So I responded, the fact that you never warned me about his coming to Seabreeze is outrageously disrespectful. After all of the conversation about not going near him or to his place of business, you silently orchestrate his return to a place where you know I spend time. Your utter lack of respect for me is infuriating. My actions today were toward my feelings toward are negative because he knew me as a person and knowingly had an affair with you. He knowingly cheated. He knowingly broke up a marriage. He has shown zero respect for me. So the fact that today he wants to amicably coexist at the barn is insulting. I see no vindictive actions I took against you. Today was about his lack of respect, his lack of character, and his fear of you. I have zero belief that you actually thought we would be friends. Your actions have, at no point, been consistent with how friends treat each other, never mind how people who love each other or soulmates take care of each other. Keep in mind that everything that is now is the result of your actions. You are the architect of this situation. You have handled it poorly every step of the way. That was what I wanted to say. That was honest. That was, we're here now because of you. You did this. You did all of this. And today wasn't an attack on you. It was seeing him and not just being like, okay, we can share space. No, we can't share space. And then she wrote back, and this is, I don't know if this is for others or if this is for me. Her response was, I'm sorry that you are so angry. So after all of the things I said, after that whole thing talking about respect and information and whatever, the thing she focused on was, I'm sorry that you're so angry. I'm not so angry. What I said was, your utter lack of respect for me is infuriating. So overarchingly, I'm not angry. The fact that she disrespects me so much is what makes me angry. Her disrespecting me makes me angry. So she says, I'm sorry that you are so angry. Maybe it will help you heal, and I really do hope for that. But telling Nick that I'm a narcissist is mean and vindictive. Those types of actions are not healthy for either of us. I hope you'll leave us both alone. I will. Because I never actually used the word narcissist. What I did was I looked at him and I asked if he's figured her out yet. I said, have you figured her out? And he said, yeah, I think I have her figured out. And I was like, do you though? Do you understand her? Have you figured her out? I said, you're in the idealization phase right now, and she's love bombing you, and I get it. It's intoxicating. I've been there. I said, next comes the devalue stage, and then the discard phase. I said, you should Google those. Yeah. So the fact that he took those back, and they all pieced together that I was alluding to her being a narcissist. Well, but I never used the word narcissist. What's funny is she planted the idea. Way back when, she said to me, I didn't want you to think I was some kind of psychopath that could just walk away. Which got me to wondering what a psychopath is. So between that and then somebody sending me links to how psychopaths or pathological narcissists love people, or the cycle of love, the idealize, devalue, discard, it definitely kind of opened my eyes. I think it's interesting that in his text to me, the guy from the barn mentioned my wife by name. I bet she got pissed, and in her pissed state, emailed him, the guy who wrote me, on her boyfriend's behalf. I think she sent an angry, lawyerly text, so that got prompted to send that out. I bet that's what happened, because she doesn't like to feel slighted. I mean, I'll never know, but that's what I imagine happened. In that variation between feeling like a normal person, feeling like a loser, the part where if I don't play nice, I'll have to leave the barn, that adds to the loser thing. That makes me feel like, yeah, we like you, but you're poor. Or you don't have enough money to be a real horse person. So play nice or you're gone. And the fact that I used to be able to do that and now I can't, and my wife always will be able to because of money, yeah, it stings just a little. Because I'm not a bad person, I'm super nice. But he feels totally justified in just walking into the space where I've been without warning and just being expecting that we'll just get along. And I don't know if that's a guy thing. I don't know if it's like, oh, well, enough time has passed, so bygones are bygones. They're not. This is not a bygone. This is not water under the bridge. This is him being a really shitty person and doing a really shitty thing to somebody else who he knew in his own best interests, and having an ego enough to assume that it'll just be fine. It's not fine. It will never be fine to do what you've done. Ever. And I don't wish well for you. I don't wish you success. I don't think you're a good person. Do I think you're being victimized by her? Yes, I do. But you didn't have to go along with it. So you're an opportunist. And I have no respect for you.